Hi, everybody. I always forget to test the sound. Welcome to the premiere of The Next Show Will Be Better. Yay! Please, I know I look pretty scary today. Ah! What the hell's going on with my phone? Someone just sent me something. Sorry. Yeah, so I know I look a little scary today. My face is healing, believe it or not. And there is some makeup on it. But there's nothing I could do but put glasses on. And the glasses show the glare, so gotta live with it. But anyway, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it as always. It is Tuesday night. It is live show, the Hickson Diaries. The next show will be better. Another congratulations to Kurt, who came up with the name The Next Show Will Be Better. What an amazing competition that was. You guys were really creative, and I thank you all for participating. So Tim, we have a good show today. I think I'm calling it the works because it's kind of a little of everything. We're going to check out some British humor. We're going to check out a couple of an icon of mine, Tim Curry. We're going to check out some of his best moments. Because I came across a video about that, and I'm definitely interested. He's one of my favorite people of all time. We're going to do some Fawlty Towers tribute because it's my favorite British sitcom. I'm going to tell you all about my trip to Wembley Stadium for the first time. That was kind of fun. And I also have some lingering random questions that I would like some answers to if you guys don't mind. It's kind of some weird stuff, just things that kind of enter my mind. You'll get to see how my mind works a little bit. Just things that I was wondering about. So without further ado, let's get started. But before we dive into everything, please hit that like button for me. It does help me out a lot. Feel free to send in all of your questions, comments, concerns, super chats, and everything else that you would like to talk about in the chat if you're following along live. If you're not in a chatty mood or you're following along later on a replay, thank you. And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the description box. Put them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, let's go. Let's check in. Whew. Sam K, welcome. Thank you. Manny M, thank you. Hello. Chris Warsaw, thank you. Roy Cousins, hello. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it as always. I have not had any more accidents so far. I have been really, really careful because it's been a bit slippery out. And I've done a lot of walking over the last few weeks, and a lot more walking than I normally do. And my old legs are a little tired. So I've been a little bit, and I definitely don't want to get hurt again. So, and I have time off coming and everything. So I'm trying to be really, really careful. You should see I'm like hanging onto the railing as I'm walking down the steps and everything. I'm convinced I'm going to fall down the steps at the train station at some point. I'm trying my hardest not to do that. The bloopers are fun. Are you guys having fun watching the bloopers? I'm trying to put them in randomly when I think they're funny enough, or that you guys would get a kick out of them. Sometimes they're just me being extremely stupid, so I have to kind of screen it a little bit. I got to ease you guys into my silliness and my stupidity. I don't want you all to leave at the same time. Falco, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. It's not a bruise now, but somehow I cut myself in my sleep, and I cut myself like here. I think I was probably trying to, get something out of my eye, rubbing my eye. I have a cut here in the corner of my eye. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's kind of swollen. So I have a cut here in the corner of my eye, and it came down to here and all the way down to there for somehow with my nail. and it's swollen here in the corner, and it's also swollen down here. It is actually, it looks like hell, but it's actually a lot better. It's bruised up a bit, but it's actually getting a lot better. But it itches like fucking crazy right now. So I just got to keep cleaning it and putting the antiseptic on it and everything. And it's annoying because like I can't wear a lot of makeup, which I don't really wear a lot of makeup anyway, but it's just like I go out and about and I look scary all the time. we were out over the weekend for Thanksgiving, and I didn't wear any makeup because I was just like I was trying to let it breathe, and I was just trying to keep the cream on it and all that. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, everybody must think that I like got into a fight or I'm a scary, crazy person. I don't know. I go to work. It's so embarrassing. Anyways, I got a bucket hat that says England on it so that I covered it up a little bit. Oh, it makes me crazy. Oh, anyways. Yeah, I don't know how I got it though, but that's not unusual for me, to be honest with you. But this is the worst that I've hurt myself in a really long time, to be fair. I was at Wembley seeing England win. It was a draw. England did not win. They should, though. Is what safe, Sam? I don't know what you mean. Hi, Lorena Sankey. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Manny, you're funny. L plates while walking. All right, Sam, screw you. Thank you, Manny. Yes, please give me lots of love, likes, thumbs up, hearts, whatever you can do. I appreciate it. Thank you. So let me talk. Yeah, I went to see England-US women's game at Wembley Stadium on Saturday. It was Thanksgiving weekend, if you guys didn't know. I know most of you did because we did a Thanksgiving thing last week. But so, you know, it's really cool. My partner is a former soccer player and coach. And my child played for a bit when she was younger. We enjoy it. It's something that we watch as a family. And she had never been to a professional game at all. I've only been to one. And we have never been to Wembley Stadium. My partner had been to the old Wembley, but hadn't been to the new one. So it was kind of a big deal for us all. We took the train into London. And apparently the train we took was the same train that a bunch of people were taking to the West Ham game. And that was fun. It was insanely crowded. Like we were packed in like sardines, standing room only, to the point where people had to get off the train at a stop to let people off and then get back on. Once we got to the stop with a lot of the West Ham fans or the opposing fans, I'm not sure which ones were which, without their gear on. But once we got past that, a lot of people got off at that stop. So it was a little bit easier. We could breathe a little bit, but it was still really, really packed. And then we had to get the tube from the stop to Wembley, which we had never done before. But we wanted to do that whole like experience, right? Also packed, but not nearly as long as a ride, so it was a little bit easier to take. And then we did the walk from the tube station all the way up Olympic Way to the stadium. That was fun. It was a really interesting experience because you just don't really take the train or walk to the football games or any athletic event in America most of the time. There's like a huge parking lot around it, or it's like an athletic center. So in Philadelphia, we lived outside of Philadelphia right before we left America. And there's an actual sports arena center where they play the hockey, which is the Philadelphia Flyers, which we don't want to talk about because we don't like them. The Eagles, which is the American football team. I'm blanking, the 76ers, which is the basketball team. And then I believe there's another team that plays there. It's not the soccer team. They have a separate stadium in a different area. But there is another team that plays there as well. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Oh, the Philadelphia Phillies, the baseball team. That's what. And it's a big arena. It's got the different stadiums and different parks and a huge parking lot, bars and stuff around it in the parking lot. And people do what they call tailgating, where you'll get there like at 9:00 in the morning for a 6:00 in the evening game. And you'll set up your grill and you'll eat all day and you'll watch the pregame with your television. Some people do just hang out, play games, that kind of stuff until the game starts. And that's kind of the American athletic experience, at least that I'm used to. Yankee Stadium, which is the New York baseball team, the better New York baseball team, has a train that goes directly to Yankee Stadium because it is in the middle of the city. And Citi Field, which is the baseball, which is the stadium where the New York Mets play, which is the lesser of the two New York teams, has a train that the subway goes to it, but you still have to walk like from the train station. It's not really in the city. It's the stadiums just aren't like they are here in England, where like the neighborhoods and everything are built around the stadiums. So it's a really, really cool experience to just kind of take the train and just walk up to the stadium from the tube station. That was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's you guys probably think it's stupid or silly, but I enjoyed it. And I remember the last game that I went to was Southampton. And we did the whole go to the pub ahead of time and then walk to the stadium from there. And that was really, really cool and fun. This was obviously different because it was a much bigger scale. And Wembley Stadium is iconic, right? I know it's not the same as it used to be because it's changed. I think it's the same site, but they've rebuilt the stadium. If I'm correct in that, you guys can let me know. So it was just, but it just reminded me, like, I know it's changed, and I know like Queen didn't play live at this Wembley Stadium, but it was the same site. It was like the same area. It's the same kind of atmosphere, the same kind of thought. That kind of stuff really was going through my head as we were walking up to the stadium, and it was fun, and it was good. We hadn't done anything like that all three of us hadn't really experienced in a long time. So it was really fun. So it was the women's game, USA versus England. Another reason why it was really cool for us to go. Stadium's huge. It wasn't sold out, but it was like 80,000 people or something like that, which is crazy, just especially for a women's game. A lot more families at the women's game than the men's game that I went to. Kind of obnoxious American fans who I was getting annoyed with. We actually sat in the away section. Oh, not in the away, the England section, excuse me, the home section, because we couldn't get tickets for the USA section. I was a little nervous, but there ended up being a lot of Americans in that section, to be honest. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Except the obnoxious American touristy people that I kept under my breath being like, shut up, you're giving us a bad name. This is why people hate Americans. Stop. Anyways, but it was still fun. And they did a cool little light show through the cell phones. I don't know if they do that all the time, but that was kind of fun because I'd never seen that before. And that was interesting. Would have been nice if someone had scored. But it was still cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it very much. We went to Oxford Circle and Oxford Circus and Piccadilly Circus, right? That's right, right? I don't know why I'm like, is it Piccadilly Circus and Oxford Circus? Oxford Square? I'm losing it now. Anyway, child wanted to see some Christmas lights in London, so we took a little walk around the city while we were there. Took the tube into the to the main parts of the city, and then walked around for a bit. It was a freaking madhouse because, of course, it's Black Friday, London. Everyone got paid. It was crazy. There was people everywhere, and it's Christmas season. Tourists everywhere. It was a very, very packed weekend. By Sunday, I was like, okay, I'm done with people now. I need a break. But it was a lot of fun. And yeah, my first trip to Wembley. Very big positive, and I would definitely go back. It was fun experience, and I would definitely do the train to the tube again, even though it was packed and a little bit crazy and nutty. I definitely enjoyed that, to be honest. That was a lot of fun. And that was the highlight of our Thanksgiving weekend. What else did we do? Thursday, we went and did some shopping, and then we went to a carvery because we didn't want to make dinner. And that was the closest that we could get to a Thanksgiving dinner. And we watched the parade, the American Thanksgiving parade in New York, through a replay stream, and just had some quality time with the family. It was really nice. It was a good long weekend, and I enjoyed it. I know you guys all had to work. Sucks for you. You'll be saying that to me when I work during Christmas, so. All right. Getting into my head, Sam. It's not safe getting into my head. Trust me, you probably don't want to be in my mind. It is quite beautiful, though. England Lionesses are currently 1-0 against Switzerland. Go for it, girls. Wembley Way. Yeah, they changed it to Olympic Way. It was Olympic. It's Olympic Way now. Someone was telling me that it was Wembley Way. That was cool. Tell your husband, sorry, they're going to lose tomorrow night and in the FA Cup. Are they? Is the FA Cup going on? I don't know anything. Here's the thing about football. I enjoy it. I don't mind watching it at all. But there's 1,000 competitions and they're all going on at once. It feels like. And then they're every other year, they're every couple of years, but I can't keep them straight. There's too many. It's been my life for a really long time, and I still don't have a grasp on it. So the FA Cup could be going on it could be the World Cup tomorrow. I probably would not know. Although the World Cup is a little bit more publicized. Hi, Piper. Hi, TJ. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you can make it. You feel like that when you see drunk, loud Brits abroad. Yeah, it's like they were being, okay. It was an American England friendly. So it's like you have the ability, kind of the permission, it's those types of things to kind of be a little bit more, out there. But there was this one person that was sitting near us. They had an American flag draped around like a cape that had a USA shirt on. And then they had headbands with the top hats, so the red, white, and blue stars and stripes top hats that we do, Uncle Sam wears. I don't know if you guys know what that is. A headband that was bobbling, and just they were wooing a lot, and they were just screaming a lot. And I was just like, am I old? And it was someone who was with their family and children. It wasn't a group of kids or anything like that. So I was just like, Jesus. I mean, I'm rooting for America, but come on. I'm loud too. So for me to be like, chill out, calm down, take it down a notch, it's just a friendly. Anyway. You feel like walking through the city, like people just shut off and stop being obnoxious. And it was Saturday night. So it was, there were drunk people around. There were people going out in the clubs. There were people that were doing whatever they were doing. And by like 10:30, I was like, we gotta go. I'm done. I'm done with all of this. No, it was good though. It was fun. Oxford and Piccadilly Circus. Okay, so I had it right the first time. I was just second guessing myself. Yeah, she wanted to see all the Christmas lights and stuff, which is good. Sam, I try not to fart in public ever, to be honest with you, because I just like it's rude. And if I do, I kind of try to step away. But very funny. I suppose in that type of environment, you wouldn't be able to step away, would you? You would have to just. Oh, we were packed so tightly, right? And I'm short, so I'm told I'm short, and so I'm like up against the chair, holding onto the thing on the edge of the chair, and my back is to the aisle. I'm in the aisle, but like I'm like kind of trying to push myself up against the chair because it's so crowded, and some guy kind of pushes his way in, and his back was in the small, his butt was in the small of my back because I'm so short. And I was like, this is really awkward and uncomfortable, but I can't move, so I can't say anything because he can't move either. I was just like, please don't fart on me or anything like that. That would be so gross. I was like, I can't go anywhere. And I was like pushed up against the chair, even like the seat, even. I couldn't even move. It was definitely an experience, but it was fun. Yeah, I agree, TJ. It's the firsthand embarrassment. It's just not like you're. I'm sorry, that was Piper. You were talking to TJ. It's the embarrassment at firsthand. It's like, I don't want people to think I'm associated with that person just because we're both American. Oh, Lorena, where do you live in the US? I'd be interested to know. Just, hey, are you a Brit that lives in the US or are you an American? And did you celebrate the holiday? And how did you? Not to be too nosy. It's at homesick. I'm off work from the 19th of December until January 6th. Oh, TJ, you suck. I'm so angry. Oh, I'm very jealous. All your competitions in football run all through the season. Yeah, so I never know what game is playing. I don't know if it's like a league game and then you guys have the tiers, right? You have the Premier and then you have like the, what do they call it when you're relegated, right? I'm just going to go with that. And then, because it sounds like I know what I'm talking about. And then you have like you have the country games, you have the club games, you have like the European Cup, you have the FA Cup, you have, and then you throw the World Cup in there, you throw the Olympics in there. It's like, I can't keep, and I know there's more. I know there's an America's Cup too, I think. But you all don't play in that. Larry says, I feel you with the football. I've been married to my English husband for nearly 30 years, and I still don't know what cup is happening at any one time. Heard. Lorena, I am on the same page. Yeah. I was thinking, TJ, no joke. I was thinking while walking through the city. It was Saturday night. It was like 10 o'clock. And I was like, I know it's just the time I used to actually get to wherever I was going, or at least leave my house. But a long time ago, I don't do it anymore. And I think I might have hit that old mark. I think I might be on that side. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're unemployed, Piper. Is that because you're seasonal, your job? Sam, you're gross. Houston, Texas. Yeah, Texas. Tomorrow's game is a premiere game. Okay. Oh, you haven't worked Christmas in 30 years? Ooh. Lorena, I'm an American married for nearly 30 years to my English husband from Greater Manchester. We lived in the UK from 1996 to 2004, so we've been in the US for 20 years, but we're trying to move back. I bet I could probably guess some reasons why. Probably similar to the reasons why I'm here. Manchester, is he a City or a United fan? Just curious. Yeah, Piper, I didn't know anything about soccer or football or anything until I met my partner. But like it's not just that, I mean, he's a little obsessed with it too, because it's, been his career for so long and everything, but he like there's just so much. Like he remembers players from like 1960 something, even though there's just from rewatching the games. He wasn't alive in 1960. No, he was not alive in 1960. But like he watches all the old games, and he knows like who played and all the managers, and especially for his team and everything. So it's just, and especially like the big England squads and the big England games. So I've lived with it. I can't. I've learned a lot just from like talking to him and watching the games and listening to him and everything, but I don't really get it. But I suppose it would be similar to when I'm talking to him about doing stuff like this, and he's like, why would you do this? Why do you participate in this? So yeah, to each their own. But I do like going to the games. The games are fun. Try heating up mince pies in a microwave for around 8 seconds. Squirt cream on them. Chocolate Irish cream on top of it all. Wait. Are mince pies the ones that have mincemeat in them? Or, because I know there's like, it's, I don't remember if it's called a mince pie or not, but there's like a dessert, small little like pie, right? It's like a dessert pie around Christmas, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, that's the only thing I've worked seasonal jobs, Piper, and that's the only thing, right? Even if you're really good at it and you really enjoy it, it's only seasonal. It kind of sucks. I don't remember if I've had a mince pie, Chris, to be honest. But I think I'm gonna have to try them again this Christmas. I don't know what we're doing for Christmas yet. My wife doesn't understand football either. I don't think it's a wife thing, because I've met women who are really, really into it and like on the same level as my partner. So I don't think it's like a sex thing. I think it's just what you've grown up with and what you're drawn to, just like anything else. Yes, mince pies have the fruit in them. Okay, so it is like the dessert. Got you. United fan. Lorena, you can stay. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lorena. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend you. I am very, very sorry for your husband's loss. I don't blame him at all. And yeah, I hope my heart goes out to him. I hope he's handling it as relatively well as he can, considering the circumstances. Mince fruit at Christmas. When you say mince, because you say mince, and it means minced meat as well. And I know you have a lot of pies with meat and fish and stuff like that in them. So it's a bit confusing. All right, Piper, what's this random question? Okay. An American online told me the US calls pigs in blankets sausage rolls. Is this true? In America, I've heard them called pigs in a blanket. I've only known sausage rolls to be what the traditional sausage roll is here in England, in my experience. But to be honest, I've never really eaten pigs in a blanket or anything in America. We used to make mini sausage rolls. So it'd be like mini sausages, not like the mini hot dogs and pigs in a blanket, but like actual mini sausages. And we'd roll them into what they call a croissant biscuit, American biscuit. So you kind of roll it up inside the biscuit and eat it like that. It's like a buttery, flaky bread like thing. That is not, I've never called them anything but pigs in a blanket personally, or what I've heard. But it could be a regional thing, because there's the region variation in America because of the vastness is huge. So there are a lot of things that you would call one thing in one area of the country that you would call it the same thing, something completely different in a different area of the country. So it could just be that the person you're speaking to is from a different region. I hope that helps. Mince pies. I think I had one and I didn't like it. But I think it was a raspberry pie, and I don't like raspberries. So that could be why. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate the generous super chat. And I will definitely put it towards that. Brandy cream. Is that like brandy? I would assume, right? Yeah, the election is a tough, yeah. There's a mass exodus right now in the US. I don't know if, I don't know, guys. Fingers crossed it gets through. Duvet rolls. TJ. Hello, Cult Fiction. Love your handle and thank you for joining. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't realize you were going live. We're live every Tuesday at 8 o'clock UK time. So please join us if you can. Yeah, Lorena, I've never heard them called sausage rolls either, but like I said, maybe it's a Midwest thing, like a North Midwest thing, or like in the mountain areas or something. Oh, well, that's okay, Cult Fiction. Thanks so much for joining in and out. I appreciate it. Please come by next week if you can. Brandy sauce hot. Oh, is that the stuff that's on the traditional Christmas pudding? Because if it is, I hate it. Yeah, Piper, the Americans are very, very isolated, even within their regions, not just America as a whole. So like there are people that don't venture out of their own county or state, and they don't get that like New Jersey might be different than California or Texas or something like that. It's so bad. We're so like, I don't represent Americans well, I don't think, because all I do is slag them off. Oh, thank you, Cult Fiction. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it very, very much. Okay. Before we move on to some of my questions, I do have to let you guys know what is going on. So next week, we are having a special Christmas edition of The Next Show Will Be Better, because I am going to be taking some time off at Christmas of the channel. So next Tuesday will be the last live that I do before the end of the year. But fear not, I've got y'all covered. I am going to be doing some other, after our Christmas special next year, we're going to do some fun Christmas stuff. We're going to have a good time. And then that Saturday, the 14th, we're going to start a little series for you. It's going to be my 12 faves of Christmas. We're going to count down the 12 days till Christmas. And every day is going to be a new little vlog about my favorite things about Britain. So it's going to go 12 faves of Christmas, 12 faves of Britain on Saturday. Sunday will be 11, Monday will be 10, all the way up until Christmas Day. Then there'll be a special vlog on Boxing Day as well. It's my little gift to you guys because I know you just can't get enough of me, and I am such a treat. And just to give me a little bit of a break so I can enjoy the Christmas time as well with my family. And, you know, I'm accessible to people back home and everything, so we can have a good time. And I can spend some time with my child as she will be off of school for a bit. So we will have those going on. And then on the 31st, there will be a New Year's Eve special as well. Don't have that one quite planned out just yet, but we will do something fun. I don't know if we're going to do it around midnight, or maybe we'll do it midday, or maybe we'll do a longer one. I don't know what we're doing for New Year's yet. But anyways, definitely going to come back live on New Year's Eve. But next week will be the last live show before the New Year's Eve show. But like I said, tons of content still going out for you guys. And hopefully you enjoy the series of my faves. As I count down, it'll be just random topics and random things that I love about Britain. I hope you enjoy it. And don't worry, I'll make sure I post stuff out on the community as well. Letting everybody know what's happening and to give you, just remind you guys. So if you're not subscribed, you probably want to think about subscribing at this point, if you can, if you're so inclined. And if you're not already. And make sure if you are subscribed, you hit that notification bell. So every time something drops, you get to know right away. And you don't miss any of the really, really cool content that I'm going to, start dispersing. And it's going to get even better. It's going to get better, guys. We have so much stuff planned for next year. We're going to be doing some really different things. And hopefully you'll like it. But we're going to be branching out a little bit more. And just having some more conversations. Hopefully, fingers crossed, having some guests and having some interviews and having some fun like that as well. And if you guys have any suggestions ever, of course, always leave them in the chat or the comments. You can always send us an email at hicksondiaries@gmail.com. And just leave something in the comments below. I always get to the comments eventually, I promise. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I have lots of stuff to work on. I'm going to be a busy bee, even though I'm taking time off. I'm going to be a busy bee, but it'll be worth it. I can't wait to share it all with you guys. I hope you enjoy it too. Yeah, it's hard not to slag Americans off at the moment, right, Lorena? It's like we're not helping ourselves in that department at all. Yeah, that's the way it is, Piper. But it's not just an American thing, because to be honest, Piper, I'm just going to show all your comments today, Piper. I have the same exact issue with British people. They'll tell me, that's not what it's like here. You're wrong. And I'm like, I literally just experienced it yesterday with a different English person. I'm not making this stuff up. It's just, this is my personal experience. That's what this channel is all about, right? My journey through this whole thing and learning as much as I can. So yeah, I might say something that might be wrong, but it's not coming out of nowhere. I'm either experiencing it or I'm having a conversation with someone or I've picked it up somewhere. I have no problem with it, but I do get the same thing. So I think that it's not exclusive to a culture. I think it's kind of a human thing. If you just are only exposed or only remember or experience certain things or certain areas, then it would be hard for you to think outside of that box, right? And I have to admit, I was like that too. I mean, I had a hard time thinking outside the box until I met my husband, then obviously leaving America. So, and every day I walk out there, I learn something new. So it's a little bit, it's hard. It's hard to escape your own perspective. So I think that's where that falls, Piper. It's definitely not exclusive to Americans, though. I'm telling you right now, English people, y'all love to tell me that I'm wrong, even though, you know, all these other British people told me this stuff. I'm just saying. Cold fiction. One thing I notice when I talk to Americans online is they always assume I'm in America too, like they aren't aware of any other part of the world. Yeah. We aren't really, to be fair. Like, the thing is that a lot of people don't understand or realize, I think, about Americans is we are in our own bubble. We don't, the way American culture penetrates into other countries and cultures, it's not like that when it comes to other countries and cultures penetrating in America. It's actually really, really rare. It's not that it doesn't happen. It happens more so, you know, in like the entertainment Hollywood areas, but even then it's not something that it's a specific show or artist or something like that. It's not the actual culture. I think it's getting a little bit better because just, you know, the world is just becoming more global as a whole. But yeah, it's just something about America that they're so disconnected from a lot of the world. So it just doesn't penetrate. And I think also a lot of propaganda about us being the greatest country in the world tends to close people off from opening it up, you know, even wanting to learn about it or know about it. So I'm not surprised at that perspective at all, Cole. TJ. You slag Americans off, TJ? Just kidding. Oh, thanks, Lorena. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of work, but it'll be fun. Oh, thank you, Manny. I appreciate that. Midnight, none of us will be sober. True, but I won't be sober either, so it might be a much more enjoyable one because I'm told I'm much more fun when I'm drunk. Probably because I'm not so worried about offending people. We'll have to see how it goes. Perhaps a green screen, such as during a rainy weather. I don't know. Listen, my office is not done yet. We're having a moisture issue in the office. So until that gets rectified, I will not decorate or anything like that. So once the office gets finalized, I know exactly what I want to do, but once the office gets finalized, then we'll know exactly what we're doing. I think I hear you on the green screen thing. I don't know about that, to be honest. Thanks, TJ. Yeah, the North-South divide is huge in the UK. Huge in the UK, I've noticed. Yes, Chris, exactly. What you experience is what you experience, and it's different for everyone. So everyone is biased by that experience and perspective. The problem with, I think, Americans particularly is we're conditioned to not want to have anyone else's perspective, seems like. It looks like my eye's getting red. That's not good. It's probably not good. What was my impression of Brits prior to being with my partner? I have to think back. I remember always wanting to visit England. I'm a music person, so obviously the music influence from not just the British invasion, but just the musical influence as a whole, I always wanted to visit London and Liverpool and just kind of experience, some of the things from some of the bands and stuff that have come from here. So that always impressed me. And I was always, honestly, I hated British humor before I met my husband, but I was watching very old school slapstick stuff, and I'm not really a slapstick kind of person. I'm more of like something that makes you think and kind of, intellectually funny and wordy, that kind of stuff. I think that's why I liked Fry and Laurie, which was one of the first things that he introduced me to, and I loved it. So that's something that turned for me. And obviously I'm a musical, like I said, I'm a music person. So I like Broadway musicals and the West End musicals and stuff. So I was very, very interested in going to the West End someday too. My impression was that you were a little bit snooty, or you were always ready to fight. And I don't know that meeting my husband had just really dispelled either of those notions, to be honest with you. And the teeth thing. I did think all the Brits had bad teeth. I did, in all fairness. But that has definitely been debunked. Yeah, Piper, we don't really have a national standard for education in America. And that is the big difference with England. And that is a huge, huge difference. It's a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. I know people who, because I went to school in West Virginia. Excuse me, I went to school in West Virginia, which is in the South. It's the beginning of the South, but it's in the South. And there were people, they were telling me some of the things they learned in like high school and stuff. And I was like, really? Or I would explain things, like I would talk about stuff that I learned and they'd be like, we didn't learn that. We went to high school in the same country. It's really, really weird. You don't worry about your spelling, Piper. I'm the worst person. Thank God for spell check, or everything would have spelling errors in my stuff. You see some of my writings before I do spell check and everything. I got spell and grammar marks coming up all over everything when I write stuff. You don't like Monty Python, Lorena? I have to admit, in all fairness, I don't like the show as much, but I love the movies. And I didn't realize this, but a lot of the show stuff, the reason I didn't like it was because I didn't get it, because a lot of it's like politically based for the time. And of course, I don't know what the hell's going on. So I've rewatched some of it now, and it's definitely better, but it's still not my favorites. I have to admit that I like the movies better. But I know a lot of Americans that don't like Monty Python at all. They think it's really silly. Oh, my favorite British TV show of all time is Fawlty Towers. And I know there's only 12 episodes, and I've probably seen them all 100 times, but I watch them all and I still laugh at them. I really like watching Have I Got News for You a lot. I like Taskmaster. That one's really good. I enjoy that a lot as well. And I don't know, I don't know if it's a British show, but I have been enjoying it. My family has turned me on to it. It's the One Percenters or something like that, where they ask you questions. There's like 100 people and they ask questions and they like wheel it down to something. I'm not explaining it very well. Anyway, that one's really good too. I like the Monty Python movies. I like I liked Afterlife, the Ricky Gervais one. That one makes me sad, but sometimes I need a cathartic release. That one helps a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Mr. Bean or Blackadder or Only Fools and Horses. Please don't hate on me. I know they're like classics. Oh, but I love Little Britain and The Fast Show. I'm naming a lot of old stuff. I also like things like what is it? Question Time on BBC, where they go to the different regions and they talk about the topics of the day or whatever, the topics of the week. I really like that show a lot because I like that the panel is different every time, that they're in a different region every time, and that they're actually talking to real voters from the area. And it's not like, I mean, it's somewhat staged, obviously, but it's not staged where it's like filled with a certain, political party or something like that to kind of make things easier or make, fluff it at all. And I like that the panel is different every time. I know I said that before, but that's key. So stuff like that. But you guys, there's a bunch of shows that I've seen that have been okay. And you guys have suggested some as well. But I like watching a lot of the older comedies now, to be honest with you. I'm a little nostalgic on it like that. What music do I like? Are you asking me? Or are you asking the chat? Yeah. I mean, we learn about like the Alamo and stuff like that, Lorena, but we don't like study Texas history. But like I studied the history of New Jersey because that's where I grew up. My daughter went to school in Pennsylvania and she studied the history of Pennsylvania. She didn't learn any of the history of New Jersey. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad, but Bottom. Which one is Bottom? The Traitors. I did watch the first season of The Traitors. I enjoyed it a lot. The 1% Club. Yep, that's what it was called. 1% Club. Yeah, I really like that one because I like to try to get to the 1%, but I haven't yet. But I do pretty well. I usually get at least in the second 50, the second half. Yeah, panel shows are good. They're so much better. I haven't watched Olo. Is that right? Did I say that right? Texas history for a whole year. It's a long ass time. Fuck me. Excuse my language. Sorry. I don't want to offend anyone, but dang, it's a long ass time. All right, let me ask you guys some questions. We are not going to get to any of the reacts that I promised. Maybe we can squeeze them in. But I have some questions. You know what? I'm going to save the questions. I'm going to save the questions for a different show. Maybe I'll do a vlog on it or something. Let's do some reacts because I did promise them. So I always feel bad when I don't do them. Okay, so the first one is 10 British humor being iconic for 10 minutes straight. Let's see how it goes.
But what is that? I'm nervous of asking this.
No, please don't be.
Okay.
Because that was before.
I'm just making sure you guys can see it and hear it. Can someone give me a thumbs up? Yeah. Can someone just give me a thumbs up that you can see it and hear it, please?
Because I will answer.
I know, that's what it is. What is the story about you meeting an American man in Cambridge?
That was before I was a lesbian. I was just, I was sorting myself out.
Yes.
And I was on my bike. And we stopped at the traffic lights. And I looked to the left or the right, whatever it was, and there was a car, an open car with an American soldier inside. And something crazy took hold of me then. And I said, would you like to follow me to my college and I'll suck you off?
You prefer...
Oh my God. All right. I would never have the guts to say that to Ish. Never mind. TJ, please tell me you're kidding. All right, I'm just gonna assume you're kidding. And we're gonna move right along.
For someone to say, instead of what's your favorite color, you'd like them to say, why have you been married so many times?
Yeah, but it's more interesting, you know.
Yeah. You don't get upset when someone asks you that?
No, you couldn't upset me if you tried.
Okay. Why have you been married so many times?
Right, I'm off. You've been married for 34 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To 4 different... Wait. To 4 different wives.
One of
John,
my ex-wives died, you know, that it was very sad because it was the wrong one.
Oh, you gotta love some John Cleese.
Do you have real anger, hatred towards any of your ex-wives?
No. I mean, I'm quite happy if 1 or 2 of them were dead, but I have nothing against them.
What is the secret, though? What is the secret? To
I
keeping the
think I used to say the secret of marriage is having separate bedrooms, but now I think it's having separate countries.
marriage? That's very nice.
I think the secret is not to have children.
Really?
Oh,
Not to
yeah.
have children?
No, children are the cause of most of the misery in the world.
Miriam is a thing. She doesn't like to know who she's coming on with.
Wix, one platform.
I need to get some kind of ad blocker.
Tonight.
Well,
You'll have seen. Have you ever worked with Dominic? Have you worked with Dominic?
Yes, we have.
no, we haven't, darling, have we?
No, we haven't actually.
No. I think I've seen you in the History Boys.
Yes.
I think I saw that.
That's good.
And I can't remember you, but I thought you were...
No, did you see Mamma Mia? He was very good in Mamma Mia. Did you see that?
That was a dreadful film. Did you think that was a good film?
I can't possibly say that.
Yes. It was fun, Miriam. It was the film of Mamma Mia.
It was a very popular film with people.
Yes.
I'm beginning to see why the suffragette movement want the vote.
What's your name, blonde lady?
Leave me alone.
Move along? What are you saying, Vicky? Dance for me, monkey boy? Is he your fella? Well, what do you mean? He's either your fella or he isn't. Is he your fella? They're fuck buddies. I see. How very modern. Can we just all take a moment to, congratulate that man there? A lot of work has gone into that. He's had to buy a Cosmopolitan for a couple of years. Sorry? And they'll know that you're a dirty little hussy.
Exercise.
No, I can't. What?
Exercise.
No, do it again.
Exercise.
No, I can't understand. Do it again.
Exercise.
One more.
Exercise.
Can I just tell you, Little Britain, fantastic. Okay. And this man's name is escaping me, and I'm pissed off about that now. But he's fucking hilarious.
No, Mary.
Fish and chips.
Sorry, do it again.
Fish and chips.
Do it again.
Fish
It's so wrong, but it's hilarious.
and chips.
I feel so guilty laughing.
Do it again.
Oh, forget it.
Must be some sort of dish that we don't get over here. Okay, so Moira.
Low in fat.
Sorry?
Low in fat.
Do it again.
Low in fat.
No, I can't.
She said low in fat.
All right, don't patronise her.
These are amongst the few fat people left in Britain after Her Majesty the Queen ordered a cull in her Jubilee year. God bless you, ma'am.
Have you tried something new?
Because of the fat people, Britain is slowly sinking into the sea. An overweight woman in Great Yarmouth recently ate a whole packet of custard creams, and half of Norfolk went under. Aren't fat people loathsome? Just look at their stupid fat faces. I'd like to give them all a punch on the nose, but I can't. I'm too fat. No, this isn't a zoo. These are not elephants. They are, in fact, human beings. 80% of Americans are morbidly obese. The other 20% are just plain fat. That's why British weight loss instructor Marjorie Dawes has come to dispense advice. This is just one of many diet classes happening today all over America, where there are now huge numbers of obese people or greedy fat slobs.
Graham Chapman passed away in 1989. He would have loved this. He would have. But he's dead.
He is no more.
He is. Stone dead.
He is no more.
Yeah.
Cease to be. Stone fucking dead.
I know the man for the job. Sammy, you old slag.
I'm sorry that I never met the man, and I wish you could be here because he would love this.
Well, he is here. Actually, I mean, I brought it.
You brought him?
Yes. Shall we have him on?
Please.
To Brentmeister General. Have you advertised the forklift driver's job? No, good. Don't bother. I've got the man here. He's perfect. Has he passed his forklift driver's tests? He gives the tests. Yeah. He's first aid trained, yeah. Yeah. We'll get a CV over to you this afternoon. I'm seeing you Sunday, aren't I? For my sins.
And after about...
Oh, he's alone. She left you yet? Yeah.
Oh, dear.
So after about 4 steps...
All right, see you then. She has left him. I forgot about that.
1989. The Great Revolution has begun. The hands of the masses are smeared with the blood of the poor bleeding aristocracy. Despair. Madame la Guillotine claims them all. Dukes and duchesses, lords and ladies, men and women of both sexes. 12 times an hour the drums roll, the blade falls, and the heads roll.
Pomfret, we're waiting for you.
Oh, hello. I shan't be long. I'm just on the last chapter. Good, you know.
Come on.
Thank you. I'm quite capable of making my own way.
Your Grace, there's an urgent letter for you.
Oh, drop it in the basket. I'll read it later. All back and sides, not too much off the top.
Oh. It was good. Matt Lucas, thank you. I kept thinking of David Williams, and I knew that was wrong. It's the other guy. Matt Lucas. Oh, I'm gonna watch that, Chris. I'm slowly getting through the list of the many things that you've sent me. I'm trying to get through them. YouTube can ban accounts using it as it goes against YouTube policy and ability to earn money. Yeah. It's just a pain in the ass, isn't it? We'll see. I'm such a newbie. I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, I didn't like that there was editing back and forth either, Piper. I would rather just play the whole clip, but it was still funny. I'm gonna do one more because I really, really enjoy this person. Tim Curry, one of my favorite British people of all time, by far. And this is 20 times Tim Curry was a total legend. We got to go. We got to do it.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Oh, fantastic. These kids are exactly the catalyst we need to awaken the spirits of Hell House.
Sir, exactly how are we going to get them up there?
We'll tell them it's part of the class. We'll say, excuse me, that they're participating in a study of sleep disorders.
Wow! Would you look at that?
Well, I think I might. I'll just pick myself up and... Oh, what's this? Oh, heavens, look! I'm bolted to the wall!
Oh!
Hit it!
I wouldn't change places with anyone tonight. We'll carve pumpkin faces and watch the witches flight.
Okay. I might be alone in this. However, I'm going to share something with you guys. It might be too much, but I'm going to do it. When Tim Curry sings, I literally get flutters.
What's this about monks?
I didn't mean no harm, Bill, honest.
What have you gone and done?
I gave him up. I told some people where to find him, that's all. I never said another word, honest.
If monks go down, we all go. You meant to get me drunk last night. You've turned on me, that's what you've done.
Never.
I can't trust you no more. So sweet to me this morning. All those kisses. I'll show you!
Even don't press me down!
The crack in the pavement, the insect crawling out. I bitch to see the stripper from the syphilitic town.
Street signs. With all due respect, madam, your son is lost in one of the biggest cities in the world.
Could you stay out of this, please?
As you wish.
Thank you. I don't think it's a good idea for you to start running around all over New York City all by yourself.
I think if our son can do it, I can do it. Okay, but Peter, I'll be fine. The way I'm feeling right now, no mugger or murderer would dare mess with me.
Madam, there are hundreds of parasites out there, armed to the teeth. Do bundle up.
Two icons, Catherine O'Hara and Tim Curry. Does life get any better?
It's awfully cold outside.
Everything all right?
Yes. Last chance, Tasha. Get out before it gets dark tonight. You're too old to stop me. You're all too old.
Well, Mike Hanlon, if you see...
Excuse me, sir. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
Yes, Mike Hanlon.
Ah, well, right now I'm wondering where the seals call home.
Yes. Perhaps it's time once again for my patented Nigel Thornberry Call of the Seal. What do you think?
Are you sure?
It's failed 12 times in a row, but what are the odds it'll fail again?
Chow mein. Slime beneath me. Slime.
I could literally hear him sing for hours.
I'm up above.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. We're looking for a young man.
All right. I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
I remember this.
I love you.
You gotta do better than that. I love you.
When I was just a lad, looking for my true vocation, my father said, "Now, son, this choice deserves deliberation. Though you could be a doctor, or perhaps a financier, my boy, why not consider a more challenging career?" Hey, ho, ho, you'll cruise the foreign shores. See you, lads. Show him if he's practicing. Out of doors. True friendship and adventure are what we can't live without. And when you're a professional pirate, that's what the job's about. Upstage, lads.
Edith Sitwell giving readings, 14 Moscow.
I totally had this album. When I was in America, I had the Tim Curry, this album. And I gave it away like an idiot.
I'm not hungry.
You lie. Just to please me.
I do nothing for your pleasure.
I forgot about this one.
All I wish is for you to sit and talk with me.
Sit. Here.
Yes. Please.
I prefer to stand.
Silence!
There are no more bullets left in that gun.
Come on, you don't think I'm gonna fall for that old trick.
It's not a trick. There was one shot at Mr. Body in the study, 2 for the chandelier, 2 at the lounge door, and 1 for the singing telegram.
That's not 6.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
There was only one shot that got the chandelier. That's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you were right, that would be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Okay, fine. 1 plus 2 plus 1. Shut up!
Of course.
It's not easy having a good time. Even smiling makes my face ache.
Aren't you going to say hello? Oh, come on, bucko. Don't you want a balloon?
I'm not supposed to take stuff from strangers. My dad said so.
Very wise.
You can take stuff from strangers, but just sitting there and talking to some random stranger in the rain gutter, that's fine.
Your dad, Georgie, very wise indeed. I, Georgie, am Pennywise, the dancing clown. You are Georgie. So now we know each other. Correct?
I guess so.
You one guess.
Open it. Open it. Hurry.
Dead before.
What's the difference? That's what we're trying to find out. We're trying to find out who killed him and where and with what. There's no need to shout. I'm not shouting. All right, I am. I'm shouting. I'm shouting. I'm shouting.
I'll do this with my hands.
How'd you do, man? See, you've met my faithful hand-in-hand. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the candy man. Don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but
hope I don't offend anyone by this.
by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
All right. What can I say? I love me some Tim Curry. Absolutely, hands down, one of my favorite people, British people of all time. Love him, love him, love him. I don't know the Thornberrys, the animated one. So that was new for me. Totally forgot about Legend. He's hilarious. He's fun. He's extremely talented, like just an extremely talented actor. He could do a lot of different things. He can sing, which is so amazing. And I could literally watch that all night long. Sorry, that's the truth. Anyways, it could be. It does get clipped out. Sometimes the way you clip it avoids the copyright. I think that probably could have been cut down to probably like 10. To be honest with you, I don't know if some of those I would call iconic moments of Tim Curry's, but they're all good. Rocky Horror is definitely one of my favorites. We watch it every Halloween because obviously. Not a fan, Chris? Yes, Lorena, I do The Rock. Well done. Home Alone's funny. Yes. The second one was all right. Muppets, obviously amazing. Yeah, I'm so annoyed that I got rid of it. I mean, I would have had to get rid of it when we moved here anyway, but yeah, I got rid of my entire record collection at one point. I went through this phase after my daughter was born where I just kind of cleaned house of anything that wasn't absolutely necessary. And my record player and records were one of them, along with a bunch of Happy Meal toys I had acquired over the years for some reason. Oh my gosh, that's right. Yeah, I did that to my daughter the other day. I was trying to do peace and I did it that way. I didn't mean it. The Annie clip out of context is weird. I always forget how much I like him in that movie until I see the clip and watch it. I always forget. He's so good in it, though. Fair enough, Chris. Fair enough. Look, I'm just gonna admit it. I think he was a sexy icon for me. So I'm never gonna get tired of watching him. There's just people you like. You like what you like. That's the way life is, right? Oh, all right. That's it. The other one I had was about Faulty Towers, but I feel like we kind of already went through some of that with the British humor icon stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see. I'm going to definitely save these questions for another time. Yeah. Well, I think that's going to be it for me tonight, you guys. For this episode anyway. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you're interested in expat life, culture differences, just want to watch me figure out how to make it through this thing that I'm doing here in England, this is definitely the show for you. Consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell and everything. Join us live for real-time chats and discussions every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock UK time. Let's make the next show even better together. Don't forget, the 12 Faves of Christmas is coming up. Next week is a Christmas special. And of course, on Sunday will be a UK versus USA vlog. So make sure you're tuning into all of the community stuff, because I post a lot of stuff out there, what's happening. And yeah, make sure you leave a thumbs up, a like, a heart, whatever tickles your fancy. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon.